Okay, this video deals with the steering wheel used on Powercar Juniors. This steering wheel is a reproduction that I make coming from an original that I borrowed in order to make the mold. This is how it comes from the mold. I don't know how well you can see it on the video, but there's little lines here where the separation of the two mold parts are. The need to just be removed. You can do that with the side of a blade and scraping it off. You can do it with sandpaper. Once you get that down to where you like it, you can sand it smooth. If you do use sandpaper, I recommend you go down to at least a 600 grit because otherwise the little grooves will pick up the dirt in it and the wheel will start looking dirty. You can then paint it any color you wish and finish it off as you desire. Once you've got it finished, you're going to get ready to mount it in the steering wheel. You're going to want a horn button. On the earlier cars, up until like 1962, 61, 62 in that area, it used a doorbell button, basically an old school doorbell button, all metal, that just mounted straight in the middle here and used to set off the horn. The later versions use this, which is still readily available. This comes from Napa. It's an HB 6019 horn button by Echelon. It is under $5 for the horn button, and the only difference between this and the originals is the little grooves. As soon as I get this opened up, that's what we got the knife for. In the face of this horn button, you'll see the little rings around here, the grooves. That's the only difference between the originals and this button. If you want to, you could fill those in with Bondo. Same thing with this. As you're working your way around any area you want to fill in and rework, you can use spot putty on that and fill it in, sand it down, and then of course you paint this when it's all finished to your desire, to the car's color. Or if you want to go red, you can go white. You can stick with the original plastic, but the colors of course don't match between the horn button and that, so it's probably best to paint them. To use it, basically you take the two parts that go to mount it to the steering wheel, this particular strap, throw it away, don't need it. This piece right here, you just take it with maybe a pair of not vice grips, but needle nose pliers to help you out, and bend it over. Bend the tab that direction, bend the tab in this direction. Okay, and this is where we're going to have to get the needle nose out, because you need to actually bend these to where they come up straight, because it's all going to stick down inside here. When it sticks down inside here, the wires are fed in from the 2 points here. On this side, there's a screw here and a screw there. You just need some very small wire. They'll go down the center of your steering shaft, and by going down the center of your steering shaft, you are able to hook it up to your horn. Here is a horn, an original style horn. This is what they used from Powercar. They originally meant for 6 volts, but they will work on 12 because I used them on my 67 that way. Hook the horn up to one side, and the other side goes to the chassis ground, and you're ready to go. Hit the button in the center of the wheel, honk honk, you got yourself a little beep going on. You could use it pretty much with any horn you want, as long as you've got the battery power to back it. Alright, when you get done borrowing your pink set of needle nose pliers from the wife's toolkit in the house because you didn't want to run her out to the garage, your horn button should look like this once you pick it up off the floor. You've bent the tabs over to where they're squared, they're set across, and just the fact that they're sprung out to the side a little bit doesn't matter there. Still fully functional. Go ahead and put your wires in there, insert it down through, and then put the thing on down into the wheel. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the metal tabs that go down in there do not go down in far enough that they interfere with the pin that holds it onto the steering column. So you don't have to worry about trimming those off. Matter of fact, the fact that they're sticking out a little bit to the side helps hold it in place. It won't come off of there, and you're ready to go. You have now have yourself a fully functional horn button to be able to use to honk your horn at people that are in your way when you're going around the parade field. One warning: when you do go to put your steering wheel on your column with the wires in there, take either the drift pin punch that you use to put the drift pin in place and run it through the back way first, getting the wires out of the way so they don't get cut off, and then put the drift pin in and drive it through while pushing the punch out at the same time, or use some other method to get the wires through there. Put the pin in first, then run the wires up through the center of the wheel. It's very easy when you've got this all set and the wires are running down through the center to go ahead and cut those wires. So might as well just make provisions for it ahead of time so you don't make it happen. As you can see, Horn button fits very well. Diameter's good on it. Color's a little off. Get the color corrected on it. Fill in the little lines if you feel like it. And you're ready to go. You got yourself a steering wheel and a horn button. This steering wheel is correct, factory correct, for the 1957 through 66 Thunderbird Juniors, 65 through 67 Mustang Juniors, 57 and 58 Mercury Big M Juniors, and they've also been used on a number of other vehicles. I've had them used on pedal cars, Ford Sunliner made by the Donaldson Corporation out of Kansas City. There's one builder that's built those with one of those cars with this particular wheel on it. Because of their size, they work good for that applications. So there you go. That's all there is to it.